All right. So, yeah, we're going to open up Cat Lab 15. I'll share my screen. We'll go through it. And then same old, same old. I'll probably hold some of you guys back to talk about some things.
You like warm.
Maybe. Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. So Cat Lab 15, you should be filling out as we go through it. This one and two more. Oh.
Yes.
Okay, I'm leaving. No, you're too loud. I'm gonna go hide in the corner. Sorry. Okay. Cat Lab 15, a disorder of the arteries is called arteriosclerosis, defined as in the margin. So you could define it just like down here somewhere, but it is caused by fat, which is adipose tissue, or in the arteries, we call it a type of plaque, starts with a CH. You might go to the doctor and get your blank tested.
Cholesterol.
Cholesterol. Okay. So cholesterol attaches to the inner walls and then it hardens. This narrows the blank. Unscramble that.
Lumen.
The lumen. And the lumen is just the opening. The channel, open space. Okay, when this happens, the amount of oxygen that the blood can carry decreases or may even stop. If this happens in the main artery that supplies your brain with blood, it may cause death of brain tissue called a
Stroke.
Okay, use only 4 words. Stroke is
Death of brain tissue.
death of brain tissue. Yeah. Okay. All right, we will now go over the major arteries in the body. So there's going to be a diagram that you have to do on ClassKick. When you guys do the diagram, I looked over several of them. You have a computer. You should be able to find maybe even the image that I got that diagram from. Some of you guys did really bad on trying to label the veins on that last one. And then I took an average for Cat Lab 15. I took an average of the lab, which most of you got 100 on, and then the ClassKick grade, which there was some quite a wide range from 40s to 100s. All right, we will now go over the major arteries. The aortic arch leaves the blank ventricle. Left. Carries blood throughout the body. Then you have a major branch called the brachiocephalic. The left subclavian, pain in the left arm due to the heart attack is usually associated with this artery. Why isn't a heart attack associated with pain in the right arm? The left subclavian has its own branch off the aorta. The right subclavian has another branch. So it has to branch off the brachiocephalic first, and then because it doesn't have like its main, it doesn't have a main lead to the heart. Somebody- All right. So the artery has its own branch. The right subclavian branches off another artery and doesn't have a direct path to the heart. Okay, so the right subclavian, this leaves the thorax and then branches actually 4 times. It will form the brachial, the axillary, which feeds blood to the
Shoulder.
the radial artery and the ulnar artery. So it's all focused in on the arm. Okay, common carotid. They run on both sides of the windpipe. Scientific name of the windpipe again?
Trachea.
Trachea. And just like the veins, we have the internal mammary artery, thoracic aorta. I show you those in the video. Adrenal lumbar, just like the adrenal lumbar vein, is located on top of the.
Isn't it the liver?
Nope.
No. Okay.
The kidney.
Yep.
There we go.
Renal artery, major artery in the
Heart.
Also the
Kidney?
kidneys.
yeah, also the kidney. And the iliac artery is formed when the thoracic aorta actually finally splits. It'll form the femoral and deep femoral arteries. Similar to the last step, again, there's a class kick, label some arteries. Okay, then in the lab, I remove the heart. Then we go through the parts of the heart. The right atrium, the right ear flap receives blood from the
Superior vena cava.
right ventricle. This is the muscular portion which pumps blood out. Blood travels to the where? Where is it going? Major organ. Has to go get oxygen from the
Lungs.
lungs. And it's going to travel through the pulmonary.
The pulmonary artery.
Vein, artery. Okay, then the left atrium. Blood actually, after it gets oxygen, it leaves the lungs and returns to the left atria through the
Pulmonary veins.
Vein.
Yep. Okay, left ventricle. This pumps blood to the
Body.
body through the
Aorta.
aorta. Okay, I need to slow down. You guys are okay. All right. Okay, following terms in order of circulation, beginning with lungs. We use those terms: lung, pulmonary vein, pulmonary artery. So if it's in the lungs, it's going to go through the pulmonary artery. That feeds into the left atria. It's going to go through a valve, actually the mitral valve. Mitral valve is not in there. Okay, so left atrium to the left ventricle. A left ventricle pumps blood out the aorta, feeds blood to the body. Body comes back through the vena cavas. So here it's superior and inferior vena cava. Vena cava. Right. And as we said, that leads into the right atria, to the right ventricle, and then finally back to the lung. Okay, blood also travels through valves. Name the 4 valves in order that it encounters when blood starts in the lungs and on its way back to the heart. So as it goes through the valves, the first one is the bicuspid valve. Bicuspid, which is actually called mitral valve. Then it goes through the semi-lunar valve. Sorry, I should say the aortic semilunar valve. Right, that goes to the body, returns to the vena cavas, goes into the right atria, and then it goes into the tricuspid valve. And then out the pulmonary semilunar valve. Okay, so that valve right there, the mitral valve or the bicuspid valve that separates the left atrium and left ventricle, that's source of a common disorder called mitral valve prolapse. So just write a 2-paragraph description of this disorder. And mitral valve prolapse is a lot of people have it. Sometimes it's just a slight murmur. But yeah, you can recover from it. All right, in babies, there are normal holes in the heart, which limits the blood that's pumped to the lungs. Why is this hole located? Why do we have a hole in between the atrias in a baby, like fetal baby, unborn?
It just hasn't grown yet.
Okay, babies aren't using their lungs, are they? Right, so we don't need all that blood flow to the lungs.
That part is asking where it's located. You answered the next one.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, where is it located? It's located in between the right and left atrias. That should be one word. Okay, there may also be a hole in the ventricular septum, the wall that separates the ventricles. That is also detected as a heart murmur. Heart murmurs, a lot of people have them. You usually just live with your heart murmur unless it gets real bad. All right, when the ventricles contract, it is called systole. During this period, a series of tendons keeping the atrias closed, which builds up pressure. When you get your blood pressure taken, one of the 2 numbers is a measure of the systolic pressure. Is this the first or the second number, your systolic pressure? Anybody know?
It's the first one.
It is the first one. All right. The other number is called the, do I ask for it? Yeah, I do. Okay, the meaning of the other number is when it's relaxed. It's the pressure in your arteries between heartbeat, between contractions. Okay. So if your mom is a nurse, or you have a blood pressure cuff at your house, I try to record your blood pressure there. The other part of the measurement, I mentioned it, but we didn't write it down, is diastole. What is the meaning of the other number? Why did I say that? I'm right answering it twice. Whatever. Okay, so I'm going to change it on mine just so I know later. You don't have to if you don't want to. The meaning of the first number is the pressure of your arteries while it's contracting. The meaning of the second numbers is the pressure in your arteries when it's not. Okay, for a person of your age, what's the normal range for blood pressure? Well, kind of varies. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Something. Your normal range systolic pressure, and you guys are probably between 14 and 18, is in between 90 and 120 for the top number. Right, over 50 to 80 for the bottom number. Okay, distinguish between bradycardia and tachycardia. And what is the difference? Anybody know? Bradycardia, sorry.
If it's below 60 beats per minute, if your heart is, then that's bradycardia. But if it's over 100, it's the tachycardia.
Okay. So yeah, bradycardia is like slow beats, and tachycardia is like, think about a tachometer in your car. Right? Tachycardia is like a pretty fast heartbeat. Okay, maybe because of many reasons, stress, exercise, who knows. But also could be associated with problems with your body's natural pacemaker called the what?
It's the sinoatrial node.
Yep. Okay, and where is the sinoatrial node located?
The right atrium.
All right, which two parts of the heart contain oxygen poor blood? So big chambers, oxygen poor. So blood returns from the body and goes into the
left ventricle and left atrium.
oxygen poor is right.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Right. 3 major vessels containing oxygen poor blood. Superior.
Superior vena cava.
Yep. That's one of them. Another one is
Inferior vena cava.
yeah, posterior or inferior vena cava. And the last one is going to the lungs. So it's
the pulmonary veins.
But going to the lungs.
Oh, pulmonary artery.
Right. Okay, 2 parts of the heart contain oxygen-rich blood.
Left ventricle and left
Yep.
atrium.
Okay, 2 major vessels that contain oxygen-rich blood.
Pulmonary vein.
Pulmonary vein. And
the aorta.
Aorta. All right. Color of the blood in your veins.
Red.
It's dark red. Color of blood in your arteries.
Bright red.
Bright red. Oops. Yeah, okay, blood in the vein appears to be blue, but it's not blue. Why does it appear blue? Write a paragraph, 4 sentences. Why does the blood appear blue in the veins? Now, just to be sure, what is the color of the blood in your veins? Again, it's dark red. Color of the blood in your arteries is bright red. Color of the blood in your pulmonary arteries.
Bright red.
Pulmonary arteries is going to the lungs.
Dark red.
Dark red. Pulmonary veins is now bright red.
Oh.
Hey, what about in the aorta?
It would be bright red.
It would be. The zygous vein?
Dark red.
Okay. So there's a link on Google Classroom. Label the parts of the heart. Second page is the arteries. Again, let me just open it here real quick. What is this?
Ooh.
Goes out of the way. Not working hard, please. Hey, so those are the two things that you'll need to do. 15 points, 14 points. Hey, please, when you're doing this, like, look it up. Don't just guess and drag the part to the correct line. So like aortic arch is this big thing coming here. So just drag that to that one. So at least you should get that one right. But yeah, look things up because it's like half of your lab grade on that. And the second page is just labeling parts of the heart. So it's just drag them. So aortic arch, that one here is this one is going to the left. So that's our left pulmonary artery there. Questions? Okay, if you didn't get a chance or, anyway, if you didn't get the other one done about the veins, make sure that you get it done because it is going to be half your grade on lab 14. Only 2 labs left. So I'm going to let most of you go, except I'm going to keep back. Let's see. Austin, Michael, Jesse, and Justin. Some of you others are a little bit behind, but by only 1 lab. So we'll let it go for right now. I wish you the best. Have a great day.
You too.